See a fart face. See a fart face. See a fart face.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy 2026. Um, oh, I didn't even make my scene in OBS for this yet. Let's get this going. Are we going to capture? Hey. Let's add my alert layer. There we go. And if there's crazy sounds in the background, my cats, as always, decide to wait until like one of us is trying to work or stream or do anything, and they just go absolutely ballistic. Pythonicus, thank you so much for the 46 months. Hell yeah, love bleeding out in the snow. It's a vibe. It's a vibe for sure. It's a vibe I've been feeling a lot lately. So we're gonna simulate the experience. Rachel, thank you for the 104 months. I love you. Tassadul, thank you so much for the 30 months. Thank you guys so much. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're off to a roaring start for 2026. And there's a lot of stuff I want to do different this year. I'm not big on New Year's resolutions, but I do try to think about sort of where I'm at in life, how I feel about things as we go into a new year, and just try to think about, like, what would I want to do differently? How do I want to change things? And 2025 has been very difficult. 2025, this last year was a rough year. Had a lot of harsh realizations in terms of, like, my physical health, my mental health, my financial instability being a streamer. And I've been very, very stressed. You know, I've been streaming since 2011, and I've been doing this full time more or less since 2015. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should have done better, should have done more, and I think I stress myself out trying to bring so much, and also limiting myself to just focusing on Silent Hill, because, like, it's hard to not equate that to self-worth. Like, it's hard for me to think otherwise, that people don't care about who I am or what I do or anything outside of Silent Hill. We're not even playing Silent Hill today, and already Mel Abramo is talking about Silent Hill in chat. That's exactly what I mean. And I know we're a Silent Hill focused community. I've built that up to be that over the years, but it's something that I always find, I don't know, a little bit weird. And it's something that I want to try to move away from. I don't want to be... I'll always be a huge Silent Hill fan. And there will always be... Silent Hill stuff on my channel. Like, it's my favorite video game series of all time. But there's a lot of other stuff that I really like. There's a lot of other things out there that I want to play. There's a lot of other things out there that I want to do. And I, again, after all these years, putting what I could into the stream and having numbers and everything just kind of going down and down, and stressing myself out over how good a video or how good a stream is, or how, you know, what Silent Hill focused stuff I gotta do next. And I think going into 2026, one of the things I want to do differently this year is just, when I feel like playing a game, I'm just going to turn the stream on and I'm going to play the game that I feel like playing. Sometimes it'll be Silent Hill, sometimes it'll be random other stuff. Today we're playing The Long Dark, tomorrow might be Street Fighter, you know, day after that might be Word Outro. But I put a lot of pressure on myself unnecessarily when it comes to the stream, when it comes to Silent Hill, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, I feel like I've taken it too seriously and not had any sort of benefit from that. It's not like it's obviously like the like I said, numbers and support and things like that have fallen, so it's I would rather have more fun just doing what I feel like doing from day to day. So I think this year, this is going to be the year of casual streams. I'm just going to throw games on and play them. And I'm not going to think about it too hard. I'm not going to try to plan anything really big, because every time I try to schedule something out, every time I try to like, all right, we're going to get through all the Silent Hill games this month. Didn't happen. All right, we're going to play as many Silent Hill games as we can this weekend. And, I get through 2. And it's just like, I feel like I'm forcing myself to do a lot of stuff that is for the sake of the channel, and then not having anything to really show for that. Maybe take a little Silent Hill break, bro. That's kind of where I'm at. We've got some time to breathe. I've played everything. We've gotten all the endings on Silent Hill F. We've done all the stuff for all the games that are out there so far. We're just kind of waiting on the movie later this month. Yeah, so Rachel and I, at some point, we're going to go see the movie. We're going to go see Return to Silent Hill, and we'll definitely do probably like a podcast style stream giving our thoughts on it afterwards. And then whenever Townfall comes out, whenever Silent Hill 1 Remake comes out, we've got a lot of Silent Hill stuff coming up, but I've just been stressing myself out and kind of burning myself out because of that for a lot of years now. And again, I've had to really look at my mental health and how that's been affecting my physical health. And this year has been one of the big, like I said, kind of realizations about that for me, because I had so many things going on with me and saw so many doctors and so many specialists and racked up thousands and thousands of dollars of medical debt that I can't do much about. Pretty much just to find out that, like, I'm stressed. My blood pressure's high. I'm getting too old for this shit. And I've dealt with depression for most of my life. I've dealt with a lot of anxiety and stuff like that most of my life, but it's gotten a lot worse. And that sort of culminated in a lot of the health issues that I was dealing with at the start of this year. And it's taken me a lot of this year to, like, understand that better and change a lot. Try to Can of Snails. Can of Snails, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. The Stick Bugs. Adrian Cabal, Dual Screens. Peto Alpha. Var. And Cosmo Krista. Enjoy those Stick Bugs. Enjoy those gift subs. Courtesy of Can of Snails. Thank you so much, Can of Snails. But yeah, I think I'm just putting too much stress on myself, and it's gotten to a point where I've been considering just not streaming anymore. Stepping away from being an internet person and just going back to having a regular 9-to-5 job. Because, I said, I'm at a point where I just kind of like, I need to change things. I need to try and do some stuff differently. Come work in the mines, man. Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's time. But if anything, I just want to see how this year goes. I just want to see how this year goes. And I just want to not stress myself out with expectations anymore. So, sorry if this is like the lowest effort Nub Zombie year of all time. But that's just kind of where we're at. Like I said, I just want to be able to turn on the stream and put on a game It's not always going to be Silent Hill. It's just going to be whatever I feel like playing in the moment. Anytime I feel like playing a video game, I'm just going to hit start streaming and start playing a game. And I'm not going to think about it anymore beyond that. I'm not going to worry about it if it's the designated in-depth story, whatever. If we wind up talking story, we talk story. If we wind up speedrunning, we speedrun. It's just going to be whatever I feel like doing without thinking about it too deeply. Because I just need to try to enjoy playing games again and not stressing myself out over them. So, we're going to bleed out in the snow today. Those are the vibes. But this is The Long Dark. This is a game that's been out for a very long time. I think 2017 originally. I didn't play it on launch, but I played it not too long after that. There's not that many survival type games that I really get into. It's basically this, Valheim, and Grounded. Those are like my three really fun that I like survival type games that I've sunk a lot of time into. And by a lot of time, I don't mean like there's people who have like thousands of hours in The Long Dark and know the maps perfectly like the back of their hand and everything. I have 250 hours in The Long Dark. And these last few days where I've been kind of stressed out, this has been my comfort game. And I've just been enjoying trying to play it. That sound. Trying to play it and get better at it. Your dog shit at this game, but always wanted to get better at this. This is definitely one of those games where there's a fine line of like how much you research it. So let's just go into it. We're going to do just a survival game. We're going to try to survive as long as we can. Typically, when I play this game, I usually play, most of my hours are on Voyager and Stalker. Pilgrim is basically like easy mode. Voyager is like normal mode. Stalker is like hard mode. And then we have Interloper, which is your like extreme mode. Your expert players looking for ultimate wilderness survival challenge. You start with absolute minimal resources. You have like some basic clothing and a can, and that's it. The world becomes more hostile the longer you survive. It gets very cold, much faster than it does on the other difficulties. The wildlife, the wolves, the bears, things like that are much more aggressive. You're only allowed 2 active feats, so you don't have as many like benefits that you can utilize. And you really have to know the game. You really have to know the game to survive on Interloper. Most of the time when I see people playing Interloper, they immediately are like, oh, well, I spawned in Forlorn Muskeg, so the closest set of confirmed matches is going to be at this spot over here. I don't know the maps that well. I don't know the loot tables. I don't know exactly what guaranteed spawns there are for like matches and flares and tools. And again, on Interloper, there's a lot of stuff that's not in the game. Like on Stalker and below, you can find guns and hatchets and things like that. None of that is in Interloper. There are no guns at all. There is a hatchet and a knife and stuff like that, but you have to craft it. And to craft it, you need to have a heavy hammer. You need to be able to get to a forge. And there's only a few forges in the entire game, and sometimes you spawn very far from them. A lot of them are very difficult and challenging to get to. So lately I've been trying my hand at Interloper. I'm trying to get better at the Interloper difficulty. I've had, out of like 20 runs, 18 of those runs, I probably die within the first 3 minutes. Where I'm just sprinting and trying to get somewhere and I just don't find matches and freeze to death because I can't make a fire, or starve to death because I can't make food, or don't have water, or just can't find shelter. So I just die because I don't know the maps perfectly. I know them, some of them, a little bit. Again, I've got like 250 hours. I'm not completely new to this, but I don't know exact spawns, especially on Interloper where stuff's kind of different. And then I've had like 2 runs of Interloper where it actually, I stumbled my way into the correct things, where it's just like, oh, here's matches and a hacksaw and a hammer, and I managed to find my way to Pleasant Valley, and I know how to get to a forge from here. Like, once out of like every 10 runs, I managed to stumble my way into like something where I could potentially keep going and survive. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to play Interloper. I'm probably going to die several times, and then maybe we'll get a run going where I actually get stuff that I need. We're going to be Jennifer Hale. And I've only got 4 feats unlocked, so not a lot of options, but I do have 2 of the best ones. Snowwalker's very good. Stamina recharge 20% faster is very nice. Sprinting, burning less calories is also not bad. These are both pretty good, but I'm going to go Snowwalker, and I'm going to go Cold Fusion. This basically gives me a free plus 2 degrees to air temperature. It's like having a built-in 2 degrees of warmth. And sometimes that 2 degrees makes all the difference between being just in the back of a cave and managing to warm up instead of freeze to death. Or at least be neutral where you're not freezing to death. So Cold Fusion tends to work out. There's a lot of new stuff added to this game. There's apparently cougars. I have enabled this in every single one of my Interloper runs and have not run into it a single time. So I don't know if they're just in specific areas or things like that. If I'm not surviving long enough to get to the point where a cougar stalks me, but we're going to have cougars on. Scurvy. You got to try to eat a balanced diet. Otherwise, you'll get scurvy. So I'm fine with that. And there's also a trader. I haven't figured out how the trader works. And again, this is where I have the most fun with a game, is there's this sweet spot where I know enough about the game that I feel competent while playing it, but I haven't gotten to the point where I've just looked up and memorized maps and, here's everything, how to do the trader, how to do all this. Like, I'm at that nice middle ground of discovery and learning stuff and still figuring stuff out, but not being completely new to the game. And I like that point. That's, to me, that's like a sweet spot for a lot of games where they're the most enjoyable. But yeah, we're going to leave all that stuff on. Streamloper 1. Let's see if we get it. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? This is The Long Dark. It has a story mode that I still need to finish. Maybe we'll do that at some point too. But I don't feel like doing that today. Alright. I am in Ash Canyon, which is all the way up here. So I need to try to find my way, ideally, down through Timberwolf Mountain, down through Pleasant Valley, and while we're doing this, we need to find matches, we need to find a hammer, we need to find a hacksaw, and then from there, we want to try to go, I usually try to go Coastal Highway, and then Desolation Point, because then Desolation Point has Coastal Highway, Crumbling Highway, and then Desolation Point, because one of the forges is over here in Desolation Point. So we just kind of stay on this eastern side of the map when I start in Ash Canyon. Let's see what happens. It really likes putting you there? Yeah, it does. That's another thing with Interloper. You have fewer areas that you can spawn on compared to the lower difficulties where you can actually just choose your spawn. So it just randomly will put you in a couple of... I forget what the exact... I don't know what the exact, like, pool of spawns is, but there's only so many. And there's a lot of stuff we can potentially get in Ash Canyon, but I don't remember. I don't know. I never remember these things. We also want to try and see whenever there's corpses and crows. There's a band name. Corpses and Crows. I need to try to collect crow feathers. Because we're going to need those. If we manage to survive long enough to get to the point where we're forging tools, then the next goal will be to make a bow and arrows. I'm gonna parkour my way down this and hope I don't sprain my ankles. Are predators a risk straight from the spawn? Absolutely. Yeah. I had a game last night where I spawned in, and like less than 60 seconds... Well, this is already bad. Less than 60 seconds. We're just going to reset. There's other ways down, but if you climb the ropes, it drains your stamina and everything a lot faster. So I was trying to avoid that, and I wasn't paying enough attention. So I just fell and died. It's fine. But yes. Now we're in Desolation Point. But yeah, I had a run last night where I just spawned in and immediately took like less than 10 steps, and there was a bear. So now we're in Desolation Point, starting here. So we're in the area with the forge, which if we find everything we need in this area, that can be good, but that's very unlikely. Which means we're probably going to want to travel at least over to Coastal Highway. Hopefully we can find what we need. If not, we can try and go through Ravine, or we can go up to Pleasant Valley. But let's look around Desolation Point and see if we can find any of our important stuff. But I'm really trying to get better at this difficulty, the Interloper difficulty. And a lot of that is just going to be spawning in and running around and learning stuff and dying over and over. Because to me, that's a much more fun way to learn the maps than trying to just memorize maps on the internet. And this game obviously does not give you a map. You have to collect charcoal and map it out yourself. I want to try to collect some stones so we can get rabbits, we can scare off wolves, we can scare away mooses, mises. Let me know if everything's okay in terms of audio, video. I just set the capture up really quickly,
I can't feel my hands.
Like Valheim, but the Ashlands overwhelms and stresses me out, especially on multiplayer. Yeah, well, I like Valheim a lot too. I'll most likely be playing that. I always tend to go back to Valheim at some point. That is a huge comfort game for me as well. We could try to go further through this, but I don't have a light source right now, which is the problem. We are warming up in here at least. Potentially I could try to just pass time here and warm up. But I have a general idea of where we're going to check. So we should be okay. We do need to parkour. Let's see if I can do better this time. Well, we don't need to, but it's faster and more fun. Valheim is definitely a lot more fun with mods. I don't mind playing it vanilla. It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you, Rachel, but... Oh, we're fine. Legs of steel. Buns of steel.
Too cold.
That's because you base build? I do other stuff. Oh. We were fine that whole way, and then the little slightly too steep snow, and now my ankle is sprained and I can't run.
That smarts a bit.
Thankfully, we don't have to go too far. We're just gonna hobble our way to the lighthouse. Yeah, Rachel's big into the Persona games. I have not played any of them, except for Persona 4 Arena. I've played the fighting game. I've always been more into Final Fantasy in terms of my JRPG fix. Final Fantasy and Wild Arms. When are we getting a new Wild Arms? You want to see me lose my shit at one of those game conferences? Game Awards, world, premiere. Announce a new Wild Arms. Watch me go crazy.
It's a bit, but I'll make it. Ow! Ow!
Yeah, we're just gonna listen to Jennifer Hale limping. Ow. Wild Arms needs more love. Maybe we'll play through those on stream this year. As I said, this year I just want to be variety streamer mode. Still going to be a lot of Silent Hill, obviously, but I want to shift my focus away from being so heavily focused on that. And see how that goes. We could play through Wild Arms. We could play through some Final Fantasy games. I was replaying a bunch of them when I was taking time away from streaming and trying to recover my health.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
I was on a bunch of different medications and seeing a bunch of different doctors and just not doing very well. So I couldn't do a whole lot. So I just replayed a bunch of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I wound up replaying, I wound up finishing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Come on. And then after that, I was like, alright, let's replay some stuff. That bounced right off of it. Alright. He's indestructible. It's over.
That smarts a bit.
But yeah, I went through and finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then I went back and replayed Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy X. And I still play Final Fantasy XI. I've been playing Final Fantasy XI since like 2004. I don't do much when I log in. I tend to just craft level up my cooking, level up my fishing.
It's a bit. I'll make it.
Although I was jumping into some low-level parties and leveling my Dragoon. Not too long ago. See, sometimes there's a corpse down here. Not this time. Alright, we need some good stuff here. We need some good stuff here. I need to deal with the sprain. So ideally a bandage and painkillers. But we're getting a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, resources on Interloper.
This stuff will come in
Ski
handy.
jacket's nice. Dog food, cooking oil, ketchup chips, emergency stim is very important. That can be life-saving. There's film. This is one of the newer things that's been added into the game since I played it last. But apparently you can find cameras. I've never found one.
This will come in handy.
There's also wires and replacement fuses. I don't know. That stuff might be related to the new trader stuff. Hey, recipe for coastal fish cakes.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
But yeah, I haven't found any of those actual Polaroid cameras yet. You can find Polaroids and you can find film. I found plenty of that. But none of the cameras themselves. It's probably one in a very certain location that I just don't know. Damn! That was nothing in this lighthouse. That's not good. We got some firewood, we got a book, we got a stem, got a little bit of food. I did get one piece of cloth, so I can make a bandage. And use that on the sprain. So at least I can sprint. Let's sleep for an hour and warm up. There we go. At least get rid of the hypothermia risk and frostbite risk. Damn. Sometimes you can get matches here. Matches are pretty much my only real way to make fire, so we need to find matches, we need to find torches, we need to find all the stuff. We still need everything. It's faster, actually, to parkour. Just don't re-sprain. You'll be fine. Hey. Is that a moose or a deer? That's a moose. I learned you can
Gotta
scare
warm up
them off with
somehow.
rocks. I didn't throw it in time. I'm dead. I'm dead. But you have matches?
Do I? If
No, I don't.
warm up soon.
On Interloper, you have to find them. Why would a moose attack you? So all the wildlife has become aggressive in the long dark. Like, naturally, moose can be very mean. But not always. But in the long dark, everything is like hyper stimulated because of these auroras. There's like this big shift in nature that's going on. So wildlife is becoming more aggressive. The world is basically like entering a new ice age. Things are getting colder and colder. Mountaineering rope. I don't really need it. It's very heavy. If I go somewhere where I discover I need it, I can always go down there and grab it. Hey, Neatless. Love the long dark, but prefer to play on difficulty below Interloper. Just like to have firearms. Yeah, that's usually what I do too. Most of my hours are on lower difficulties. Oh, I wanted to pick up the feather, but we went inside. That's fine. Need to look around in here. But yeah, I'm just trying to get better at Interloper. Try to get a better sense of some of these spawn locations and main spots. And there's a lot of habits. There's a lot of just like learning to conserve fire and kind of do things a bit more efficiently. Because this mode like really forces that onto you. Got a bunch of coal. I'm going to leave it here because we're going to just come back and use it once we find the hammer to start forging stuff. Because that's the only way. It's the only way you can get a hatchet, a knife, arrows, like if you need to forge arrowheads. So forging is important, but we gotta find the hammer. Tell us about the lore nub. My short explanation is more or less it from earlier. We're not getting super in-depth on everything. There's a bear. Moose on one side, bear on the other. David Hayter, that's the lore. This game does have a story, but that's not what we're doing. We're not playing Wintermute. We're just doing the regular survival mode. So, like, there is a story, there is lore, but it's kind of a separate mode. And then the lore for the survival mode, which there is some, It's kind of told through these memos and notes that you pick up. But it's just kind of the context of there's this crazy aurora going on. This massive shift in the balance of nature. So essentially humans are going extinct and trying their best to survive. Story's not completed yet, like 10 years since release. Yeah, 9 years. Almost 10 years. And they've already announced The Long Dark 2. So they probably are going to finish this one up soon, I hope. If they're already talking about Long Dark 2. I've kind of been waiting for the story to just finish off, and then I can play it all together. Because I've played through the first 3 episodes over the years, and I was just playing episode 4 last night. And there was so much stuff going on that I was just like, I don't remember any of this stuff. Because I played these other episodes like 2018 or something. So, Coffer, welcome back. Thank you so much for the 2 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate the love and support. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Oh, there's a wolf. I don't have a reliable way to scare it off until I get fire. I learned that you can distract them with rocks in certain situations. But I've had very mixed results with that. But if you have a torch, you can very reliably scare off most things. Just gotta find matches. This is how most of my Interloper runs immediately die, is I just run into wildlife more than I can help it. While I don't have torches, while I haven't found matches yet. Really getting... Even for Interloper. I'm not finding, like, anything. Stuff is already going to be scarce on this difficulty, but usually... Oh boy, a
Hope
whetstone.
nobody needs this anymore.
So I can sharpen all those tools that I have no chance of crafting if I don't just find, like, matches. You should be able to yeet that or use it as a bludgeon. Like you've mentioned, like, you should be able to use that stuff to start a fire.
The owner's around.
Could craft a lot of stuff with those beddings. Sometimes it lets you break down, like, certain pillows and blankets. That's also one of those really...
I'm freezing.
There's so many little logic things that I kind of... You run into with video games in general. You gotta submit to video game logic. Like, okay, it's freezing outside, and you don't have a sewing kit, and you don't have any clothes. Why can't you just, like, wrap yourself in a blanket? Just, you're in a place with a bed that has... You could just wrap yourself up It's like, no, that's not an option. Matches. We have a chance. We have a chance. We have salt. God, we really need a pry bar. There should be one here, actually. I think there's one that always is downstairs. What's the end game of this difficulty? Survive as long as possible? That's it. It's very harsh conditions. There's very little resources. Try to survive as long as possible. Storm Lantern's really good. But the goal right now, we just got matches, which is the first of many big steps. Because then we can make fire. With fire, we can make water. We can cook food. We can stay warm. We can make torches. More matches, perfect. 24 matches is great. So with torches, we can scare off wildlife. That makes traveling a little bit more consistent.
That guy who drank his
So
own
we'll be
pee
able to
doesn't
live.
seem so crazy right now.
Next, we need to start finding tools. We need to start finding tools so that we can craft better things for ourselves. To hunt and to defend ourselves. I hate this table. It always looks like it has stuff on it. Like stuff that you can pick up. Eventually it's possible to run out of matches in the world, right? Yes, but there are magnifying lenses that you can use to start fires as long as there is sunlight. And then from that you can start a small fire, carry a torch, use that to start other fires. And you basically just always keep a fire going. Yeah, you pretty much always keep a torch. But that's also long-term goal. Find a magnifying lens before we run out of matches. And we got to do our best to conserve our matches while we can. So once we get a fire started, another whetstone, we're going to need to make a bunch of water. In fact, let me drink this right now. So we're already getting kind of low on thirst. It also gives us a little bit of calories. Flare is very nice. Flare can be used for lots of different things. Can also just be used to start fire. Sometimes just using it to be able to have a fire starter instead of a match is really good, but we can also use it to scare off wildlife. $57. $48. Nice.
I'll take
Boots and accelerant. Boots and accelerant. And a windbreaker. I forgot to put that on. There's a backpack that's always hidden back here, and sometimes a distress pistol. Empty. No pistol. It's just a flare gun, not like an actual pistol, but can potentially still be really useful. Sometimes a box spawns back there. That's nice, you can move the boxes. Yeah, being able to do that is really good. But also, speaking of that, I don't actually know how to get to this box. Like, I can't reach it, and I don't think I can clear this. Hey, what's up, Oleander? Happy New Year. And by the way, thank you so much, very, very, very much, for the offline donation. Oleander tipped a big 200, which allowed Rachel and I to go and get gas and groceries today, so thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Hope you're doing well, Ancient Oleander. Hope you're off to a good start to 2026. I appreciate you helping us out so much with us. Helping us out getting through our year. Thermia risk healed. Got some firewood. Car batteries. I don't think car batteries do me any good on Interloper. They can be broken down for lead, which can be used to make, like, ammunition. But there's no guns in Interloper, and I don't think they can be used for anything else. I think they're just a big, heavy, useless item. Sometimes there's a pry bar under these. Really hoping that pry bar would be there. We've got a bunch of lockers that need to be forced open. Box. More car batteries. Well, the wind is terrible. Let's grab the torches out of this.
Use this. This is goddamn freezing.
We've got a bed in here so we can actually sleep. Granola bar. And practical gunsmithing.
This stuff will come in handy.
Gotta love the gun-related stuff on Interloper, where there are no guns. That's basically just a book that can be burned. There's some spray paint. I'll go ahead and take it. Usually, I don't use it. Oh, that barely puts me overweight. That's fine. We're gonna eat and drink, and let's see. Do I have anything else I can do? Let's do this. Actually do need some tinder plugs.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Jennifer Hale talking about drinking pee. Alright, not a lot else we can do. So... oh, I don't have... need water. Do I want to try? No, we just gotta stay here. We just gotta stay here. We've got a fire barrel. Trying to decide if I want to rearrange stuff here, because sometimes I wind up trying to make this a main sort of base, because you have the workbenches, you've got the forge nearby. I won't worry about it right now. Fire's going. Do like 2 hours. Get some water going. Soup going. That'll give us another can so we can make more water. Actually, no, it won't, because it's smashed open. Even though you can see the can, apparently it's not reusable.
I need some water.
Let's go ahead and eat the dog food. That'll give us some calories and a little bit of water. Drink our soup. Yeah. Drink water. And cook more water. There's much else I can do. Yeah. Got 1 hour. Let's add a little bit more fuel. getting water, and then also get some torches. Have I played Outer Wilds? I have not. I have not played that one. Let's do one more thing of water. Add a few more sticks. And get some torches. Three decent torches. 4 decent torches. And kind of a shitty one right at the end. Don't leave the can. Would give Outer Wilds a strong recommend to play. I've heard kind of mixed things, but most people seem to think it was a pretty good game. Let's see how long we sleeping. Top up on water, and just sleep for like 9 hours. Fully rested, still nighttime.
I could eat a horse.
Astrid wants to eat horses. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got everything we can. Did I look in this? No, I didn't. Nope. Hashtag girl dinner. Let's see, what are we having for breakfast?
Eating anything
Let's also
right about
put
now.
some stuff away. Because, we probably will come back here. I'm going to try to keep most things, because we're going to need to go to a different area. Alright. Time for some girl breakfast. Moldy granola bars. And ketchup chips. Stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated. And it's blizzarding. We gotta pass time a little bit. See if we can get some better weather. Come on, Blizzard, fuck off. Yeah, Rusty Lake. I still need to do my Rusty Lake series playthrough. That's, again, one of those things I'm hoping to take care of this year. I'm trying to do more variety, make more time for more games, not be so stressed out and focused on strictly Silent Hill so much. Hey, what's up, Ram Ranch? When did this game come out? Like 2016? 2017? 2017. Now we can expect a new Silent Hill every year. Gonna be busy. And I mean, I'm still gonna play all the new games as they come out, and just like I did with Silent Hill F, go through multiple playthroughs, cover all the endings, cover everything as thoroughly as we can. That's not going to change. But I want to stream a bit more variety. In general, I just want to try to stream more often. And I'm trying to stick to the mentality of just like, if I feel like playing a game, I might as well stream it.
Jeez, this is cold.
I'm walking along the edge where the ice breaks, because stuff will actually spawn out here. And we could potentially get some useful stuff.
Oh, so cold.
Of course, I'm not seeing anything. I had a run last night where running along this beach, I got like bandages and cloth and cured maple branches and all sorts of stuff. Can you ice fish? Eventually. It is a thing that can be done. We're going to need to get the hammer so that we can forge a knife, and a hatchet so that we can cut through the ice. We're going to need to get a workbench and some scrap metal so that we can make hooks and lures. We're going to need to kill animals and cure their guts so that we can make fishing line. And then we can ice fish. But before we reach the point of ice fishing, we're probably going to end up like this guy here. I'm collecting these feathers in the hopes that we actually survive long enough to make a bow and arrows. But most of my interloper runs don't make it that far. That's the spirit nub. We're going to end up dead. Yes. Did you see the stream title? The vibe of the day is bleeding out in the snow. We're just trying to find a nice scenic spot to bleed out in the snow. We're doing our best. We're going to try to survive. We're going to do what we can. Right in the face. Alright. We have our first bunny. Is that a moose? No, those are deer. Is that a moose? No, bigger deer. It's a buck. I really want to try and get this other rabbit. We need the hides. We need their guts. And we need their meat. We need all of them. Stones. Can't do anything about the deer. Not until we can get a bow. The fucking moose is still there. Why is he just living on that little island? Why is there Moose Island? Been a long time since you last attempted to play this game? Yeah, I recently started getting back into it again. This was a comfort game of mine for a long time, and I hadn't really come back to it in a while. And the last few days, I just kind of decided to play it again. I got the itch to try doing Interloper, because I've never been able to make it very long trying to play Interloper difficulty. And, yeah. They added a lot of new stuff since I last played. There's another chapter in the story mode, which I'll probably get to at some point. Not today, but eventually.
Trees.
And then there's a bunch of new items. There's like new cooking recipes. Some new stuff. New to me, anyway. For people who've been keeping up with this game and play it a lot more, it's all kind of been out for a while. But I like this game. There's not a whole lot of survival games that I really get into and really enjoy. But this one I really like. My torch. Light my torch. Drop my torch. Take out my rock. Aim at the wolf. So he rushes and then gets scared off by the fire. This is why having the torches, having fire, having all of this is so important. Now that we've lit this torch, we're just going to try to keep a string of torches going until we get where we're going. Do I want to go through the mine? But this is just such a nice game. I don't know. Something about the audio and the art style. It's really cool. Check this. I did.
Ah, I'm starving.
We do have a soup. Let's just eat that. I'm going to try to do my best to not hit starving. Because if we can keep that up for the first 3 days, we get the well-fed bonus. Which is really, really useful. Especially because we can carry more weight. Hey, Ed Weirdo. Yeah, we got 2 smell points. 2 whole points of smell. Caught a couple of rabbits. But we're fine. Grab some coal along the way. And check some of these spots. Hey, there's our pry bar. That's a decent tool to grab. Lets us open up some stuff. Lets us harvest Bardock root. Am I going to Coastal Highway? Yeah, and right now I'm on my way to Crumbling Highway, then Coastal Highway. In search of a heavy hammer. Hopefully it's on the workbench in Coastal Highway behind one of the huts. So I think it can be there. I think there's a few spots where it can be in Coastal Highway. I don't have them all memorized though. Crumbling Highway with 2 smell
I can't feel
points.
my feet.
We're definitely going to have to get past some wolves, but we should be fine with our torch. As long as it's not windy. We do have a flare, even if it's windy. I'd rather not use it for that, but we have it if we need it. So this deer carcass, this is always here. Get some feathers. A feather at least.
I could eat a horse. I'm saying a lot because I love horses.
Astrid is a horse girl confirmed.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Horses aren't for eating. I mean, they are eaten. I've never had horse. There's our Bork Bork. Similar to moose. I've never had moose. Still just running around. Some clothing, maybe.
Hope nobody
Hockey
needs this anymore.
jersey. Oh, right. You won't see it because of the... Gotta make sure your layers are correct. They should be the other way around. It's very important. Whatever. It's not that important. It's not important at all. Damn, I'm gonna starve. We're gonna have to lose well-fed. I mean, we don't have it, but we're gonna have to reset progress on it. I should have gone ahead and just harvested the rabbits. That was a bit of a mistake.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Because I was just saving them to harvest whenever we kind of get to Coastal Highway. Torch chain going. That way we can serve matches.
My stomach feels like an empty pit.
Nope, nope. beef jerky. Nothing.
Too cold to think.
See a fart face.
Hey, Reaver. Thank you so much for the 68 months. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Get all the sticks. All the sticks for fire. Actually, my condition's really low. We just need to move. I was hoping we would get one of those houses to stop in, but they're all burned down. Sometimes you can have one of those buildings still be up. Have a good night, Headmaster Kuma. And Happy New Year. Hope you get some good sleep. Yeah, bork. Bork, bork. Oh, my torch went out. It might be over. Oh no. That attack was so unlucky. It was like the worst moment for the torch to go out. This might be death. Alright. Use the stim. We have the flare. Scare the wolf. Oh my god. Alright. Get inside. This one... Oh, this one doesn't have a fucking place for fire. We're going across the road. We're going to be picky about our conditions while we're on the brink of death.
Damn. I'm freezing.
Fire's kind of important, though. Okay. Start fire. Add wood. Add coal. food. There's oats, but I can't eat those. I don't know if I have time to harvest the rabbits is the problem. But I have to try. Alright, we got tea, we got rabbit. How much water do I have? Just drink it. I need to search. Chips. Gas stations. Spent so many hours in this place. Yeah, same. In a lot of my lower difficulty playthroughs and survival runs, I tend to spend a lot of time here. Because once you get set up for fishing and hunting here, hacksaw, we've got an important tool. Still need our hammer, but we have a pry bar, we have a hacksaw, we have matches. Got a lot of the key ingredients. Just need to not die right now. Bandage. Chips, jerky, eat. This is the main thing. We're eating so that we can sleep and recover some health, and then we can harvest rabbits. Oh, plenty of stuff. Antibiotics, antiseptic. A little bit of water, some turlet water. Can for cooking. Dusting sulfur I don't think I can actually use for anything. But we're fine. Made my fire too long. Because now we just need to sleep.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Do some torches. Just to make some use of this. Not not let the fire kind of go to waste. There's some crappy torches. I have not played Project Zomboid. Oleander. You know what is nice? Not needing to worry about metal integrity in this game. What do you mean? I mean, like, some things. Like, you have to use a whetstone to keep your tools and stuff kept up. Alright, we just need to drink a soda and go to sleep. Stay hydrated. Eat some dog food. Sleep for a few more hours. Imagine you got a can too hot and tried to use it and leached metal into the water, or the barrel got too hot and started to get compromised. Ah, true, yeah. That kind of stuff doesn't really happen. We might as well eat this. I hate that you still smash it open even with a hacksaw. We need a can opener or a hatchet or a knife. I forgot. We found this. So we need to finish looting. If there's anything else useful. Empty can. I think that was it. Except for the film and the dusting sulfur. Okay, I need to make some water. Let's actually light a torch first, because that's guaranteed to light, and then use the torch to start the fire, so that if it fails, we're not wasting matches.
Come on, little fire.
Hey, what's up, Anti-Cookie?
Well, that didn't work.
Just like that.
Come on, little fire. Perfect.
Place both of these. Get some water going. I really need a cooking pot. But let's finish harvesting rabbit. I can use the hacksaw to harvest the rabbit, but not open a can. Forward. Our water.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Takes an hour, 30 minutes. That stuff takes too long. Okay. Get some more water. That'll take about 30 minutes, so I can harvest the gut. More water. More guts. And we'll just let these start curing right here. Good on water now. We could use a little more. Let's go ahead and do 1 more liter. Do this.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Get some tea going. Enough time on that. Those up. Next, Just the hides. Because we'll need some rabbit skins for our mittens and for our hat. Because we might not necessarily find good clothing, and eventually, like, clothing will deteriorate. So it's best to start planning ahead, trying to get any kind of hides together we can use to make clothing eventually. Okay.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Pack is heavy. Do I have anything I can drop? I mean, we can't do much with this stuff until we get a cooking pot. There are houses and things that we can search nearby to potentially get a cooking pot. I think for the time being, we're gonna stay in this region until we kind of finish searching everything. So, leave some supplies here. Keep a gun, smithing book for starting fires. Leave a few matches here just in case. We don't need that. Okay. So we want to check all these houses that we can. Cooking pot. Or a cooking skillet. Ideally, we want to eventually get both. And if we need to, we can always go to some other places as well. Because there's Pleasant Valley, where I think there's a... We might have to wind up going there anyway. Hey, more matches. But it's going to depend on if we find the hammer here or not. Because if we get lucky and get the hammer in Coastal Highway, then we just head back to Desolation Point and start foraging. Before I finish searching this house, I need to actually go use the restroom. I'm just going to let the game run. I'll be right back.
starving.
All right, I'm back.
I'll take it.
Hey, some coffee. Coffee's very nice. Can keep us warm. Can refill stamina when that's like completely run out. So does this game have a story?
I can use this.
More antiseptic. Does this game have a story, an ending? It has a story mode, but that's not what we're playing. I'm just doing the survival mode. So, not really. This mode is just survive as long as you can. And I'm playing on Interloper difficulty, so things are scarce. There's not as many tools and resources in the world as there normally is. So it's a challenge just to see how long we can survive. Or spray paint, don't really need that. Scarf is very good. First piece of head warming equipment. That's going to help with frostbite. We really need gloves. We can harvest some cloth if we find a sewing kit. We can make some hand wraps. But we got to find the sewing kit. People in my neighborhood are still setting off fireworks. They're celebrating New Year's Day all year long. Get some toilet water. Nothing we really are looking for in there. Right now, sewing kit, gloves, cooking pot. Just any kind of food. Cooking pot gives us food options because we have oats. But that's another one of those, like, really silly things this game does. Like, You can't use your recycled tin can to cook oats. Even though it's perfectly capable of boiling water and making tea. You can't just sprinkle some oats in there. There's a fucking moose. Silent Hill Cold Heart survival mode. Exactly. We're playing Silent Hill Cold Heart today. This is essentially what Sam Barlow had in mind. If you took this kind of gameplay and combined it with more horror elements, which this game does have some horror elements to it. Wait until we have to travel outside during an aurora and run into aurora bears. But if you took this kind of gameplay, the surviving in the cold and having to like find food and warm clothes, that's stuff that was described in the Silent Hill Cold Heart game pitch thing. This one's burned down too. Fuck. Fuck. Alright, I need to go across the lake and check the cabins on the little islands. And I need to go up the road to check for the hammer. I guess we'll do the road first and then loop back around that way. But we are not getting that well-fed bonus. We are definitely going to be starving.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Don't blow out. This house is burnt down.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up a bit. I do have tea. It's at least a little bit of calories. Hey, what's up, Agent? Happy New Year. And what's up, Jumble Tough? Finally able to catch a nub stream again. Glad you could be here. I'm sorry if you were expecting Silent Hill. But this year I'm taking a more casual approach to streaming. I'm gonna just pretty much anytime I feel like playing any kind of game, I'm just winging it. I'm not
going to try to be so structured or so focused around Silent Hill. There will naturally still be a lot of Silent Hill on the channel because it's my favorite game series, so that's not going to really change much, but I'm going to try to stream more often and with a little more variety this year. So today we're playing one of my favorite survival games, The Long Dark. Trying to survive on Interloper, which I think the longest I've survived on Interloper has been maybe like 6 or 7 days in-game. And we're currently on day 3. And we're freezing. We're about to be starving. Our condition's only about halfway, so we're just looking for a scenic spot to bleed out in the snow. I can go try to check through the mines and see if there's anything. Got the log sort. Trying to look around here.
I gotta eat soon.
Another flare is nice. Dead person on a bed. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Usually they're like sitting in a corner or somewhere. Never seen him just laying in that bed. Nothing. It's too windy for the torch.
Warm up soon.
And get stick bugged. Repoison. It's a blizzard of gift subs. Repoison, thank you so much. Appreciate the gift subs going out to Skill, Blue Frost, Alistair, Minstrel Pangolin, and Nora. Thank you so much, Repoison. Happy New Year. We're gonna freeze and starve to death. More than enough in the car. Come on, food in the trunk? Nothing. unless I'm misremembering, we should be coming up to some cabins right here. We really need some food. There was a book on the ground. A fishing book, angler book. Sewing kit. We can hang out in here and make some hand wraps. Is there curtains that I can break down? Or cloth? There's some cloth. We really need food. Oh, we have coffee. A stick. Okay, well, we got us a chocolate bar. That's something. And we need cloth so that I can make hand wraps. Yield our hypothermia risk. That's going to help remove frostbite. Yeah, Long Dark 2 has been announced. Oh, the book. Yeah, Long Dark 2. They're not even done with Long Dark 1. We're still waiting for the conclusion of the story. They're working on 2. Ooh, a soda. No. Drink that. I could also make another hat. Do that.
All I can think about is food.
I know, we're gonna starve to death. It sucks. We're trying. We're trying, Astrid. Anything behind the chair? Anything under the bed?
Starting to feel numb.
Antibiotics. Can we eat them? Eat your hand and keep the other one for tomorrow, see? Now that's survivor thinking.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
That's a real saying around here, by the way. Is it? Is that an actual saying? No hammer.
This
There's no hammer. There's no hammer. No hammer, no cooking pots. Let's just sleep a little bit and warm up. We're gonna be starving no matter what. I don't think we can wait through the night.
I think my stomach is...
We're gonna have to go now. Weather's calm at least. So we need to check these fishing huts, and we need to check the cabins out on these little islands. Oh, we can use a pry bar to try to ice fish. I did get a hook. We don't have line. If we find fishing line, or if we survive long enough for our animal gut to finish curing, we can craft it. Of course, there's going to be wolves. Get out of here. Go away. Go away. Go away. I throw rocks at you. I will force choke you. Get out of here. Scrap metal, newspaper. No food, no fishing line. No fish, no life. Can you kill the wolf for food? Not right now. I don't have any means to kill it. Can you throw rocks at it? They barely stun a rabbit. And force choke it. True. Sometimes there's a bear here. I think sometimes the moose can be up here. No. Might need to try to catch one of these rabbits. Just check the house first. Flour.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. No, 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 no. Stop. Soda. Calories. Sweet sugary calories.
Well, this stuff will come in
Okay.
handy.
Can opener. How about a can of food to open? As a treat, as a demonstration? No? Fuck.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Nice warm hoodie. It's better than the shirts. Tartlet water. No food. No cooking pot. We got flour. Why can't we just start pounding raw flour? Damn.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I don't think any of the rabbits are still out. Now, I mean, finding flour is at least somewhat good. If I can survive long enough to level up my cooking skill once, and then get to a fire source, we can make bread. I've got to figure out where I'm going to go next now. Probably Pleasant Valley. If I can survive long enough to move. I just need food. But I've got, like... I've got oil, I've got flour, I've got the stuff to make bread. We just need to level up cooking once.
Sure getting cold.
And I don't really have a good way to do that. We've got oats, but we need a cooking pot to cook them. Because for some reason this game doesn't let you cook oats in a can.
I'm so hungry.
Or just eat them dry. It's not a good experience, but like if you're fucking starving, you're literally starving to death.
I think I need to lay down.
Yeah, overnight oats, just soak them in water. Not even have to have like fire. None of that. Gotta have fire, gotta have a cooking pot. Otherwise you can't have your oats.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
This is me walking to Taco Bell when all I have in the house is ingredients. All I've got is flour and oil and water. Some light. Cloth. Even if we could get lucky and get some fishing line, we could at least try to catch fish. I didn't realize you could use the pry bar. Oh, come on. No, no, no. Not like this. Not like this. It's bait. It's bait. Well, now we're also exhausted. Freezing, exhausted, and starving. The only thing we have going for us is hydration. The hydration homies only carry us so far. We are dead. Oh, there's rabbits. All right. We're having rabbit. Oh, a wolf just killed the other rabbit. I could try to scare the wolf away and go grab that
One
one.
little fire.
He's gonna eat it by the time I'm done starting this fire, though.
Perfect.
Oh, did you eat it already? Monster frisbee. Oh wait, it was a different one. And it just killed another rabbit. Right there. Give me these rabbits. Give me these rabbits.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm freezing.
I can't. I can't. I'm actually about to die. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. I'm panicking. Alright. Rabbit. Harvest. Meat. Look at the wolves zooming away. Yeah, no, I'm dead. We're too tired. We don't have anywhere to sleep. Eat the tiniest bit of rabbit here so I'm not starving, but we're still exhausted. And surrounded by wolves. Okay, we ate our one rabbit. Now we die. Because we're just too exhausted. We can't sprint. We can't get anywhere. Get out of here. Rabbit carcass with nothing left to harvest. It's like that Liam Neeson movie, Star Wars. Get out of here.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Go upstairs. Go upstairs, go bed. Go upstairs, go sleep. Put the 2 hours. Meanwhile, I'm gonna eat my own snacks while my character starves. I have chocolate milk truffles.
I need to find food.
One of my friends forgot them here when they came over for Christmas. Now they're mine. We're not dead. That's what the sound was? I thought the character was peeing or something? No, that was me loudly crinkling through the plastic bag. Emergency stim? Oh, come on. Hydrated. Just need food. Emotes are broken. Twitch has been.
Man, I'll rest soon. I'm gonna.
Twitch has really been twitching lately. Like it's always kind of fucked up in its own ways, but seems to break a lot more things lately than usual. Because I find myself doing the same thing like having to refresh a lot, stuff not showing up right, chat getting desynced. Nothing. No food. No food at all. Walked all the way over here. Clawed our way into this cabin. Oh, there could be something in the fridge. Come on, freezer, don't let me down. Well, this is death. This is where we die. Let's go bleed out in the snow. Let's go pick a spot.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
The book, eat the wet stone. Give me some fishing line. Give me something.
It's too cold.
Alright, let's freeze to death trying to break open the ice fishing hole. There we go. So that's the long dark on Interloper. It's rough. Technically, we could try to keep going. We could cheat death and have it teleport us somewhere else. And we have like permanent health debuffs and everything, but nah. We survived 2 days. That was rough. Need a new seed? I mean, that was rough, but still better than most of my Interloper runs. Because we actually managed to find some stuff. But we got unlucky. We never got the hammer. So we weren't able to really start forging anything. But the fact that we got like matches, hacksaw, made it to another part of the map, and survived for even a couple of days. Average Interloper experience. For me, especially. Like, I'm not particularly good at this game, but I like it. I just like playing it. But yeah, most of my time spent is usually on Stalker and Voyager. I like Stalker, where it's still challenging, but you can find tools, you can find hatchets, you can find guns. Stuff is still scarce. But at the same time, Stalker, I feel like I can just hunker down in a base and be fine for such a long time. Because you manage to find enough resources, and Interloper, you really gotta figure stuff out quick. And then there's Misery. They added another difficulty in one of the last updates, where it's even more difficult. So it's like minimal resources, similar to an Interloper. There's no guns, there's no anything. There's very, very little that you can find that you can't, like, make yourself. But then it also just starts dumping on extra permanent afflictions as you progress. And you can't use feats. Let's try another Interloper run. Same build. Everything turned on. Interloper 3. This is attempt number 3. Yeah, that's the difficulty where you have to also pay your taxes. Gotta pay the cougar tax. We are in Hushed River Valley. So we're actually up here in Hushed River Valley. We can get to Mountain Town, Forlorn Muskeg. I've heard from people that Hushed River Valley is really good for starting on Interloper. Oh, there's a dead wolf right here. I don't think it's worth it to harvest anything from it, because I would just start freezing immediately. Get some of the crow feathers. But I've heard that there's a lot of good stuff in Hushed River Valley if you know where to look. But I don't know where to look. I don't have these maps memorized, and I don't really know what's what. We do have a cave. And a bunch of rose hips. And we're by water, so we can get cattails, which helps out a lot on the whole starvation thing. Hello? Swamp dogs. The forbidden corn dogs. You just have to make sure not to eat the dog. Just, it's in nature, it's reverse. With a regular corn dog, you eat the dog, you don't eat the stick. For swamp dogs, you eat the stick. You save the dog for starting fires. Alright, let's go check the cave. Because I think some of the better stuff that you can get in this area is in some of the caves, but I don't know. There's like, I don't know how many caves on this map, and I don't know which ones are which, and where, or if I can even navigate it. I don't have a light source. Although the ice caves, yeah, it's very dark, but we can still see. Because the ice caves have these weird little, like, glowy parts. I don't know why there's light, but I'll take it. Means I can go through without a light source. This could potentially also just be us getting lost in a cave and dying, eventually. Of thirst and starvation. Because I just lose my way. I don't have a light. Rope. Dying of fear and hunger. Mostly the hunger. Those games are something else. I haven't played those. We've had a lot of games being brought up in chat today that I just have not played. Need to try to make more time for more games out there. That's what I want to try and do this year. Not stress and focus so heavily on Silent Hill. Try and branch out and spend time playing more games. Oh my god, it's so dark. Is this even going anywhere? Am I still going this way? I am. Sort of. Kind of. Oh, there's light. Minecraft 2026? I've played a total of maybe 10 minutes of Minecraft. Maybe this will be the year where I actually get into Minecraft. But I never really clicked with it before. Sometimes you can find stuff right here. I think I recognize which cave I'm in. But we're not finding any of the stuff we actually need. Also, it's still too dark to fucking see. Okay, little trick here. If we go into the waterfall, all of our clothes will get wet, and then we will be getting hypothermia. But if you strip everything down and then put it back on,
Oh, so cold.
you're at least not freezing while you're in the cave. Like you can see, we've got one little up arrow next to our temperature gauge where we're just barely warming up. Now, if only I could see where I'm going. I'm walking backwards and echolocating. There it is. Give me about 3 to 4 years and I'll make something you can play. Three to 4 years and I'll give you something you can play this year. Okay. Just have a time machine. Just have some Final Fantasy VIII time compression. And have 4 years in a year. I'd rather not have that. My last few years have already felt like they've been 4 years to a year. Take everything off again. Because we're going to get splooshed.
Wait. It was so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
Alright, well, we wandered through a cave and got nothing. So, that's not good. There might have been good stuff in there, but I can't really explore when it's that dark. And the couple of spots where I could see, nothing spawned. now I don't know where I am. And there's a wolf. So I'm going to go the other way. But yeah, a lot of this game eventually just kind of comes down to memorizing the maps and learning all the spawns. I'm just nowhere near that level of understanding, even after like 250 hours of this game. But that's part of why I've been delving into Interloper. Kind of forces me to be a little more aware of things, learn these spawn points, figure out what stuff is around you when you start. Can't really be harvesting. I need to get somewhere. Need to get somewhere, and I don't know where that is. We're just wandering through the snow. Need to find a rock to ride it out like the pilgrims did. Nothing but boulders. No rocks to be found. Just boulders. Rabbit. And a cave. Oh. No. Come on, cave. Cave of Wonders. Oh my god, it's so dark. Even if there is useful things in this cave, I couldn't fucking see them.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
There's not really any point to getting the rabbits right now anyway. I'm just gonna bring them with me. They're my pets now. They're my friends. We're just gonna follow the rabbits. They know where to go. I'm sure they know where all the good stuff is. See you later. Another cave? Not really. It's a little spot out of the wind if I had fire making, but I don't. Check around the sides for caves. I think caves are some of the only spots where you can find matches here. Oh, there is a rope. I don't know if I even have the stamina to climb that, or if it's a good idea, or if it leads anywhere. But I'm gonna do it. We might actually be too exhausted. Eat our cattail stalks. Get our stamina back. Of course, they are your friends. Buns are the best. Mega Death Bunny. You are right. All right. I'm not even going to stop and look at that ledge. I'm not even sure if we're going to make it. Oh boy, we don't make it. We were so close. Okay, maybe this ledge is not a terrible idea. Had some firewood and some coal. I don't have any way to do anything with that. And now we're completely exhausted, and I don't think we can make this climb. Have to hop out. It's all good. Have a good one, Mega Death Bunny. I'm waiting to see if the stamina bar on the bottom right is completely full. If I can make this. If it even lets me attempt it when I'm exhausted. But I don't even know if it does. Oh my god, the conditions just keep getting worse. actually somehow managed to make the climb. Now we die. Now let's pick a good spot in the snow to bleed out. Let's pick our spot. At this point, it's probably better pitching yourself off that cliff. I mean, you're kind of not wrong. You're kind of not wrong. So let's do a different challenge. This is probably my last attempt at the stream anyway. So beyond just the difficulty of Interloper, there's also this challenge. So notice whenever you die, you get 3 chances to cheat death. So what we're going to do is cheat death all 3 times. And each time we take a short-term penalty so that it has... You can recover it if you survive for 30 days. And we're going to go a far safe respawn. So that can put us like completely on the opposite side of the world. In a new location. But this also removes like some of our clothing, some of our inventory.
But how did I get here?
So yeah, see, we have nothing. We've got 1 cattail head, 1 cattail stalk, some socks, some underwear, and a stick. We don't even have our metal cup. And there's also a grayscale filter over everything now. And you can see that
Warm up soon.
the health down in the bottom left, our health is like cut in half. And we have to survive for 60 hours to remove the weakened state and get the grayscale filter off the screen. We have to survive for 720 hours to get rid of the red health bar penalty stuff. And then rather than try to survive here, I kind of just need another cliff to throw myself off. Or a wolf. We can go poke the wolf. But we're just going to die 2 more times. Real time? No, that's in-game time. So, like, if you sleep for 10 hours, this goes down by 10 hours. Hey. So now we cheat death again. Even more penalty. Even more random spawn. Oh, and we get matches. Okay. Maybe we continue from here. And food. Look at the health penalty. We'll try to continue from here because we've actually got stuff to start with. We were actually blessed. Or we just die again. And commit to the entire
Goddamn freezing
3-death challenge. But now I've at least got matches. I kind of want to, like, keep going. We'll commit to the bit. Last cheat death. Random location. Biggest possible penalty we can have. Oh my god, and it put us here again? We're back to the misanthrope. We're back to Coastal Highway. Just like the last run where we where we died. Hey, matches. So I've got cattails, a stick, and some matches. And nothing else. Let's see if we can survive. We are warming up, which is good, considering we don't have any clothes. That's surprising that we can actually warm up in here. Water's going to be difficult. Well, we're in Coastal Highway. We can go slurp down some toilets. I'm going to need to go toilet slurping. God, the grayscale filter on everything makes it so hard to see. Blueprints is one banger of an indie game. Had E33 not been released at the same time, would have been one heck of a blue week. That reminds me, Rachel actually picked up E33. So maybe I'll get around to playing that this year too. Toilet straws. Stay hydrated. Got a bandage. We could break down. Well, we don't have anything. We don't have anything. Okay. There is not much here. Eat our one cattail stalk. Get the fuck out. Of course, we've got wolves everywhere. It's a blizzard. So funny that it put us in Coastal Highway, out of all places, where we just spent most of last run.
I could eat a horse.
Wood. Hook. Gloves. Look at us. Well dressed. Got that Tassadool fit. Is Tassadool known for wearing just underwear and gloves? Book. Let's go for these cabins down here. Let's go for the gas station. Hey, what's up, Mom? Big wolf moon out tonight. Might be bringing out the wolves. Is it a 3-wolf moon? Probably only about 2.5 wolf. Why am I getting pinged on Discord? Who is adding me? Once I get to some warmth. Oh, it's Terry. Terry was tagging me in the Silent Hill questions thing in our Discord. We were having a discussion over everyone's favorite thing to discuss in Silent Hill.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Vincent saying they look like monsters. Something that people still argue about 23 years later. Vincent's just a wanker? But what if Heather's running around killing people? What if she's just running around killing people and sees them as monsters? Even though there's 3 games that have established, like, a supernatural power that manifests creatures from your subconscious into reality, and absolutely no evidence that people are just hallucinating. And but of course we're gonna take Vincent at face value, at his word. I don't know. It is meant to be ambiguous. I don't mean to be so pretentious about it. But I feel like there is so much more evidence that the monsters are not people than there is evidence to support them being people. But it's one of those things similar to loop theory, right? Like, regardless of how much evidence there is supporting it or not supporting it, if you enjoy it, if that is a headcanon that makes you enjoy the story, or your interpretation that lets you enjoy
Damn
Silent Hill,
it.
then
So hungry.
who cares? Acceptable broth? What? You can just find broth? Well, I'm starving. So let's eat. Let's drink the broth. Some broth and some pork and beans. Acceptable. Yeah, my favorite kind of broth. Nothing better than some acceptable mid broth. Give me a moment. I gotta go check on my cat. I will be right back. Okay. I am back. Got some food. Let's drink. And sleep. Kitty emergency. Not really an emergency, but we have to keep an eye on Vinny. He's our senior cat. He's older. And he's getting to a point where he can't really groom himself very well. So anytime we hear him scratching around in the litter box, we have to check on him, because sometimes it's messy and sometimes he needs to be wiped down. So we have like pet wipes. They're basically like baby wipes, but safe for pets. We gotta wipe his butt. Gotta wipe his butt when he uses the litter box. That's just life. We can sleep a little bit more. Woke up fully rested. Fully hydrated. We just need food. Now it's the middle of the night. Turn on night vision mode. See if there's anything else we missed. Painkillers. Took the water. We don't have a sewing kit, so I'm not going to worry about breaking down cloth yet. If we find a sewing kit, we can always do that. Candy bars. Candy bars. Soda. Cooking oil. Some oats. We need a cooking pot once again. The toilet water. It's so dark. At least you can kind of navigate with the like outline build mode.
This will come in
You
handy.
can always do that.
I'll take it.
Trippy reminds me of that one horror game with echolocation. I mean, it is definitely a cool visual, like trying to navigate through 3D space with just the outlines kind of moving around you. And then taking them away. That would make for a really interesting, like, horror mechanic. I could see that. There's stuff under the bed. Yep, there's a soda. No pry bars, so we can't get into those. Replacement fuses. Storm
I think I can use
lantern.
this.
Now we can actually have light to look around. I honestly don't know how we're doing even this well.
Well, this stuff
Can
will come in
opener.
handy.
Matches? This is supposed to be like even more difficult Interloper challenge because of the huge health penalty and everything
I've
else.
never been so hungry in my life.
Doing better than I thought I would. Finding stuff. We just need to go see if we got the lucky hammer.
What have we here?
Ooh, ketchup chips. Simple tools, missed those. Sometimes you can get a hacksaw in here. It'll be like underneath or over on the crate. But I don't think we got the hacksaw. Don't forget the fucking all-dressed chips. I love that ketchup chips are in this. Get the all-dressed chips. The Canadian staples. No, no borks. God, it's fucking just wolves everywhere. Fine. Fine. Leave me alone. I'm going home. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna start a fire. I'm gonna pull some torches so that I can scare wolves.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
We've got a potato we can cook. We got tea we can make. And a bunch of candy bars. Chocolate bars. Way off, living way better than you were before. Better than climbing up the side of the mountain and just being ready to die in the snow. Yeah, somehow this was an improvement. Now, it still falls into the Interloper issue of we need to really get lucky and find the hammer, find the hacksaw, find the tools we need to keep going. I just need to burn everything. Let this cook. Let this cook. We have like 42 minutes to take our torches. Playing the long dark Skyrim style. Maybe it's time to play Skyrim again. Anytime somebody mentions Skyrim, or just Elder Scrolls in general, alright, time to reinstall. Alright. It came out on the Switch 2. Good for Switch 2. Good for you, Switch 2 enjoyers. I don't have a Switch 2. Let's go this way. Let's see if we can get the hammer. I think it has like 19 fucking releases at this point. Almost as many as Resident Evil 4. God, you're right. I forgot about that. Everyone forgets how much Resident Evil 4, like, obviously the Elder Scrolls games get released a lot, but Resident Evil 4. I'm not sure what game would technically be the game that has had the most separate releases. I don't even know how you would qualify that, but... Four even got a remake? Skyrim hasn't? Not yet. Tetris? I mean, we're not counting, like, sequels and different games. There's a lot of different sequels and versions of Tetris. But as far as, like, classic Game Boy Tetris just being released on other platforms, I don't think there's that many. I mean, there's probably still a lot, but I don't think it's as many as Resident Evil 4 or Skyrim. That's true. The Game Boy version wasn't the original version. That is true. So even then, what would you consider the original Tetris, and what would you consider being just a re-release of it, and not just like Tetris Plus, you know, Tetris Sphere, Tetris Attack? Because there's a lot of other Tetrises that are not OG Tetris. Those don't count. Tetris Sphere mentioned. You better put some fucking respect on Tetris Sphere. All the best Tetris games. Classic Tetris, Tetris Sphere, Tetris Attack. Tetris 99. I actually need to still play that. It looks super fun. Oh, we can't get in the log sort. Oh wait, there it is. Oh my god, clothes? Look at us. A vest? Some gloves? Some beef jerky? Living the high life. Getting real fancy. I hate that you can't use these. It's an old bedroll. Like, you can break it down for cloth, but you can't use it as a bedroll. Why not? It's fucking freezing. Who cares if it's old? It's still a bedroll. It's better than nothing. I think I'm gonna actually sleep and try to warm up here. Oh, we can even herbal tea. Get some sleep bonus. Sleep a little bit more. No, I'm not tired enough. I fucked up. No sleep. Back at it again. At the Krispy Kreme. We got torches. In case the wolves attack. Got stones. Got a dead thing. Got a couple dead things. Crow's feathers, like we're actually gonna get to a point where we can make arrows. I'm being an optimist. We're believing in ourselves. Let's go. Oh, let's check the other corpse.
My fingers feel numb. This is so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Terrible thought. Someone should tell the devs if you cheat death 3 times, you get the sepia filter instead. Oh god. I mean, I think this game does have some built-in visual filters. That might be one of them. I haven't actually looked. I don't know if you can see that from here. Image filter. Heritage, noir, or none. Heritage mode is inspired by classic National Film Board content from the 70s and 80s. Oh. Now we're playing on our Pip-Boy. I've never looked at the visual filters. I mean, it's a little better than grayscale. Look at the chromatic aberration. Looks like a puppet combo game. It does. Nothing at all. Not even a fishhook. Come on. No, no hammer. Okay. Use whetstone as hammer. Use a rock as a hammer. Granola bar. Ketchup chips. Don't forget the fucking all-dressed chips. I need to sleep and warm up. Oh, am I dead? Did I make a mistake? We're in the danger music. But why? But why? The meters are all good. I don't understand. Did it get colder? Maybe it got colder at some point? A blizzard rolled through in those 2 hours? We're still getting +6. Yeah, it should be warm enough. I mean, I can't really go anywhere else. And we're not tired. Okay. We have to. Kind of digging the filter, not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna turn it on and be like, oh, look at this, how goofy, and then turn it off immediately. I kind of like it too. It's gonna be weird getting used to it for a bit and then switching it off. Everything we need is going to be in this fishing hut.
I can't feel my feet.
It's fine. This fishing hut's going to have everything. This gives it a real indie game feel. Like Agent said, it kind of makes it feel like a puppet combo game. Fish hook. Charcoal. Oh boy, charcoal. We can make a map. We can draw a map and show Mark where we died. Mark the spot where we will freeze to death in the snow.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
We could live our final moments like a troll under the bridge. Live by the troll, die by the troll. I don't think I survived long enough to get anywhere. too steep. If I sprain something, I think I just instant die. Never found any stims. Well, let's go die next to this dead thing. There we go. Environmental storytelling. We're gonna die here. Naked next to a deer. With just our gloves. Oh my god, so wobbly. There it is. Alright. Well, that's a long dark. We bled out in the snow. Successful bleed out in the snow simulator. But yeah, happy 2026, everyone. I'm going to try to do more variety this year. So we started it off with this. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I don't know what I'm going to be playing from day to day. Obviously, there will still be some Silent Hill and stuff in the mix, especially as new stuff comes out, but I'm going to try to stream more often. I'm going to try to stream almost every day, and like I said, I'm not going to think too hard about it. I'm not going to try to plan stuff or, whatever. I'm just going to be like, hey, here's what I feel like playing today, and that's when I'm going to turn the stream on, whenever I've got time. Some streams will be longer, some streams will be shorter. It'll just be whatever I have available. I'm going to jump on and play something. So, we'll see how it goes. But that's kind of the plan for this year. Not take it so seriously. Not stress myself out so much trying to... I don't know. I don't know the words. I feel like there's a lot of expectation around me playing Silent Hill now that I've sort of set myself up for. And I want to do more than just that. So I'm going to try doing that this year. Let's also find someone we can go raid. Exactly. I'm trying not to pay attention to the metrics. I'm trying not to care about all of that stuff. I'm just going to play games that I like. And you guys can hang out with me if you want. I don't take it personally if I'm playing something and you don't want to be here for it. Or if you only show up for Silent Hill, it's whatever. But on my end, I need to not think about it so much and just kind of go with the flow. All right, we're going to go raid my friend Catlink. Catlink is awesome. Very good friend of mine. And she's currently doing a classic Grand Theft Auto marathon. Classic Grand Theft Auto marathon. So go check out Cat. What is she actually on right now? Vice City too. Hell yeah. My favorite. I know a lot of people really love 5. I know a lot of people really like San Andreas, but I've always really loved Vice City. So show Kat some love, drop her a follow, support her if you can, and yeah, I'll see you guys. I don't know. I said, I'm not going to try to stick to any kind of schedule. Schedules never work for me. So sometimes I'm going to do weekend streams. I might be on tomorrow, even if it's just a short stream or whatever. No plans, but I'll be around. Keep up with the Discord if you want to know what's going on. But otherwise, hope everyone has a really chill 2026. And I'll see you next time. Much love. Peace.